Good afternoon and welcome to the first webinar of the geothermal energy and exploration geothermal energy and circular economy. The first webinar is focused on the follow point that are based on exploration geothermal energies. What is geothermal energy? How find and explore geothermal energy? The cost of exploration and production of geothermal energy. Comparison with the oil and gas cost and exploration. A small brief preview. And geothermal energy and circular economy. So the webinar is very friendly and is very useful for all people. It's not reserved for only for the specialist. But what is important to understand is that geothermal energy is the start to understand what is geothermal energy. Geothermal energy, to understand geothermal energy, you need to have a small idea of structure of Earth planet. Geothermal energy is a renewable energy source that is created by the heat, continuous heat produced by the inside of the Earth. If you are familiar with the internal structure of the Earth, you can see that the Earth is like onions with different layers. In the internal Earth, we have the magma and the mantle, and the internal Earth by the decadiment of radioactivity elements create color, and also by the color and the high temperature is created by the very high pressure and condition. We can consider that there is a gradient that can be estimated in the through 3 Celsius by kilometers. So if you go depth on 1 kilometers, we have an increasing of 3 kilometers. You have to imagine that the rocks and fluids contains in the crust and in the mantle are like a saucepan containing water, and in some condition what we are search and finding is rocks with water, that cold rocks with water that can be constituted the reservoir for geothermal energy. So we are very different kind of type of geothermal energy and reservoir. One of these is the system driven by water. In fact, the kind of reservoir and the type of reservoir is dependent on the type of rocks that constitute the reservoir. Like just for example, all the lattice region can be a high potential reservoir for geothermal energy, because in the first geological settings they have the magmatite, and after we have in the internal part deposit carbonate rocks. So the fracture and the tectonics history favorite the fluids, and so in some region that have, for example, the collapsed rock, the collapsed old edificious volcanoes, like for example Lake of Bolseno, like this, we have a high potential geothermal to be used. So there are different system of reservoir, driven by water, driven by steam, because the geothermal energy can be developed at different temperature. For small temperature, between very small temperature, so we can start from 15 degree to 2000, 3000 Celsius degree. So we have a hydrothermal, for example, hydrothermal system, hydrothermal way. We have a clear manifestation of the hydrothermal phenomenon, like for example sulfur or geyser or like this, geopressure, and also hot dry rock and magma. What is very important to understand the geothermal reservoir is composed by three elements: porosity of rocks, that is very important parameter for reduce the cost of extraction and to use very efficiently way to reduce and to improve the system of geothermal. In fact, we have to imagine the geothermal system when we are in function like a spoon. So if you have a low porosity, we need to stimulate the porosity of the system, and so is one best focus on exploration and drilling. We can see that temperature at 5 depth kilometers is up 2000 Celsius degree in different part of Europe. For example, we have a high capacity in west coast of Italy. We have a high capacity in Pannonian Basin. We have also a very high capacity in Turkey and some hotspot point in Germany, UK and France. So one other point that you can find very easily geothermal energy is the hotspot point, like for example Hawaii. Conductivity, thermal conductivity, and also the hydrological and geological like porosity, especially vertical porosity and horizontal porosity, to construction the 3D map of potential geothermal. So and also we can also implement with the geochemistry if the exploration is focused, for example, on find other resources like lithium. So analyze for example, the fume of the sulfurous rock, the presence of sulfur, like this. We can allow to find elements to explore lithium. So what is very important is combine data, resistivity, for example, resistivity 3D model, thermal heat flow. So, but this is the future, and now we are working to other companies to develop a way of drilling at this depth. To have a continuous energy and with high pressure that can be used for a different way. With the fluorine, iodine and other elements. The classical mines of lithium today needs a very big quantity of energy and water. So to solve this problem, we have also showed one of the open mine in Chile, Atacama Lithium, can be the extract fluid by geothermal wells that can be stimulated in can be allowed to extract lithium, where lithium is dissolved in some rocks, for example, of rocks that contain lepidotite, spodumene, or like this. So there is a typical plant of way to extraction also lithium by geothermal energy.